Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 307 country. Beautiful spring day. I don't know, it's probably 30, 33, 34 degrees maybe. So it's pretty nice out. Sun shining, no wind. There's a little breeze blowing. Check the old flag there in the background. Hope everybody's doing good. Got a little project today we're going to work on. My compressor has cancer, and I'm afraid it's terminal. My tanks on my compressor, it's probably 25, 30 years old. Let's see, I bought that in 99, so 23 years old. And it just had, it just gets moisture in the tank, and even I drain it, quite often, but it still rusts out. And I've had a welder patch it a few different times in a few different spots where it's rusted out. And this last time I tried patching it and just kept blowing holes bigger and bigger, and so I cut it out, put a patch on it, tried to weld that in, and it just got bad. So and I'm not much of a welder either, so that probably has a lot to do with it. But we're gonna swap the electric motor and the compressor onto another tank. So I'll show you what I got going on and we'll get after it. It's going to be, hopefully it won't be too long of a video, but I guess if I have to I can split it up or whatever, but I'll show you what I got going on. Gotta love the trucks going by on the highway. Alright, we'll be back in a second. Alright, well, what I got here is an old pressure tank that my buddy Clint had in his house, and it went out. The bladder inside burst or whatever, I think. And anyway, he got a new pressure tank and gave me this one. I've got that one back there that my son Tanner brought home, but he's got the top cut out of it. He wants to build the smoker out of that one, so we're going to use this one. On the bottom here, you can see where your pipe goes in. You can pull this bottom off, and there's a rubber big O-ring that goes around there that's attached to the bladder that's inside of this. So I pulled that off and pulled that rubber O-ring out and just cut around it, and got it to where it was just the O-ring. And then I started pulling the bladder out, and I just started cutting it in a spiral basically and pulling out what I could. Got the bladder all out of there, so now all I got is an empty tank. Got a 1-inch piece of black iron pipe here. So that's what I've got going on there. This tank is tested to 100 psi. I run about 120 with the compressor, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I guess we'll find out. It'll be a big boom if it doesn't, but I'm sure it's fine. So anyway, what I got to do, I'm going to take the motor and the compressor off of this. What I'm probably just going to do is take my cut torch and I'll cut along here on this side. Basically cut it loose from the two tanks, and I'll put it right up on top of here. Probably figure out where I need to drill some holes and bolt it down or something. But that's the plan. So let's get after it. I've got a couple pieces of 1-inch square tubing here. I was thinking about drilling holes and threading the tubing and welding the tubing to the top of the thing, but I don't know. I'd have to be pretty dead on to get those to thread there, and they're not flat. That's not flat right there. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work right. So what I might do is just drill holes all the way through the square tubing that line up with these holes, and then bolt it straight to the plate that's on top of the tank there. So yeah, I think I'll do that. So we'll just set this up there like that, and I'll mark the center of the hole. Alright, I think I got that, so I'll drill a hole bigger than these. And then we'll just run new bolts through there with washers or with nuts on the bottom of the plate on the compressor. So get these drilled and I'll be right back. Alright, I've got some bolts. I got the bolts taken out of the compressor motor and the actual compressor itself. Trying to see, I would like my 1-inch pipe to be in line with the front of the compressor. I'll put it that way. Yeah, maybe. So oh, we'll see. Let's see if we can get all this set up there. Out this way. Okay. There. And this will go here. All right. Might be a little bit of a chore getting nuts on these bolts. I guess we'll see. All right, let me get these bolts in, and I'll bring you back. All right, well, it's all mounted up. 2 bolts in here on the motor. I'm missing a bolt here. This one needs to be a little bit longer than what I got. I need a 2.5 for that. When I went to the store, I meant to get 4 2-inch bolts and I actually wound up with 1 2.5-inch, so I got lucky there because it fits. But it was a little tough getting those bolts, those nuts on those back ones, but we got her. So that's mounted up, and Now we'll get to plumbing it. So got to come off of here, and I got a bunch of stuff that goes down to the 1-inch piece there. So we'll be back with the plumbing part. So we're working on putting this together, and there's a, so this goes on that right there, and then the air comes out this side. These two lines go to the controllers and stuff. But in order to have that diffuser be open, I got it going into a 1-inch, well, into a 1/2-inch bushing, you know, go 1/2 inch to 1-inch bushing, then bell back down to 1/2 inch. I got a street 90 on there to go back to 1/2 inch. So that's how I'm doing that. I'll show you when we get it all plumbed up here. Okay, well, it's been a long day running for different parts and getting everything put together, but finally got it, and sun started to go down behind the front of the shop, so I had to move out in the sun, so we moved it over a little bit. Well, I'll turn you around here and show you what we did, what I did. All right, so came up off of there with, that's 1 inch coming out of the bottom, came up 1/2 inch. Got the switch, pressure gauge back there to tell what's in the tank. This is you can turn this and make it run, like it'll pump up the pressure, and then this will release, and it'll just pump air out of here until the pressure goes away. So if you're like back when I was framing a lot and we'd running, you know, 2-3 nail guns at a time, we'd just leave the compressor run and it'd pretty much stay running all the time. This is regulator, and there's a gauge for the regulator. My airline coming out of the compressor down into that. Had to change this cord, it was a little bit too short, so got that wired in. Got her plugged in. Let's see if she'll fire up. Alright, I'll get my cover on the pressure switch there and airing up. It won't take it long to fill up to 120 psi. 110 is about what I run actually. So evidently that gauge there, that one don't work, evidently. Alright, well anyway, got that done. It's nice to have a compressor back, and it'll have a little more air storage than my other one did. And I've even got another storage tank I can plug into that one if I need more storage, you know, running air tools or something. But yeah, it's nice to have that done. I got a lot of things you don't realize how much you miss having air until you don't have it. And so anyway, hope everybody's doing good. Make somebody smile today. Give them a wink, nod, open the door, you know, whatever. And spring's here. It's time to be, is one of my favorite times of year. Birds come back, make a bunch of noise. and things are getting warmer. You're coming out of winter. Just makes you ambitious, you know, do stuff. I'm looking forward to logging this year, get back in the mountains. But as long as I don't have gallbladder surgery or the old Mexican beer stuff, we'll be all right. So love y'all. Jump in the comments. We'll see you on the next one. 307 out.